Welcome to Meditations, the timeless reflections of Marcus Aurelius, Roman emperor, philosopher, and seeker of wisdom. Written as personal notes and reminders, these words have traveled through centuries to guide us in living with courage, clarity, and compassion. In this audiobook, you will hear the voice of a man who faced the immense challenges of ruling a vast empire while striving to master his own mind. Marcus teaches us how to find peace amid chaos, strength amid adversity, and wisdom amid uncertainty. Each chapter invites you to pause, reflect, and connect with principles that are as relevant today as they were nearly 2,000 years ago. Here, philosophy becomes a practice, a gentle guide for daily life, reminding us to live fully, honestly, and with kindness. As you listen, allow the teachings to become your companions, thoughtful friends who encourage you to embrace the present moment, accept life's changes, and cultivate a spirit of resilience and grace. Let us begin this journey together, stepping softly into the inner world that Marcus Aurelius warmly invites us to explore. Meditations, Book 1, The Voices of Gratitude. 1. The example of my grandfather Verus gave me a good disposition, not prone to anger. Sometimes, the best lessons come not from words, but from gentle, steady presence. Marcus begins with gratitude, a quiet honoring of those who molded his character. Imagine being shaped not by grand speeches, but by a family elder's patient calm. 2. By the recollection of my father's character, I learned to be both modest and manly. Pause for reflection. Marcus remembers his father's strength, a strength shown not with noise, but with humility. Power does not always shout. Sometimes, it is found in a steady gaze and a gentle word. 3. As for my mother, she taught me to have regard for religion, to be generous and open-handed, and not only to forbear from doing anybody an ill turn, but not so much as to endure the thought of it. This lesson is an invitation to real kindness, a heart so open it won't tolerate even petty resentments. Picture a mother's teaching filling a home with warmth, generosity flowing through every act and thought. 4. I have to thank my great-grandfather that I did not go to a public school, but had good masters at home, and learned to know that one ought to spend liberally on such things. Learning is a sacred trust. Marcus treasures the gift of wise mentors, a reminder that the path to virtue is shaped by guidance and care, not by accident. 5. From my governor, I learned not to join either the green or the blue faction on the race ground, nor to support the Parmularius or Scutarius at the gladiators' shows. He taught me also to put my own hand to business upon occasion, to endure hardship and fatigues, and to throw the necessities of nature into a little compass, that I ought not to meddle with other people's business, nor be easy in giving credit to informers. A lesson in detachment and self-discipline. Don't get swept away by factions, gossip, or extravagance. Stay focused, do real work, and let passions cool in the shade of reason. 6. From Diognetus, to shun vain pursuits, not to be led away with the impostures of wizards and soothsayers. This Diognetus taught me to bear freedom and plain dealing in others, and apply myself to philosophy. A soft pause here. Marcus is warned against chasing illusions. Instead, he is drawn to honest thinking, to living with integrity. Imagine setting aside novelty and drama, choosing clarity and truth amid confusion. 7. It was Rusticus that first made me desire to live rightly and come to a better state, who prevented me from running into the vanity of the sophists, kept me from yielding to the charms of rhetoric and poetry, from affecting the character of a man of pleasantry. Here's a call to stay real, rise above vanity, the need to impress, the urge to perform. Even emperors must be wary of acting for applause. 8. Apollonius taught me to give my mind its due freedom and disengage it from dependence upon chance, and not to regard, though ever so little, anything uncountenanced by reason. To maintain an equality of temper, even in acute pains and loss of children or tedious sickness. There is strength in calm. Life will hurt, people will disappoint. To keep the mind steady and free through suffering is true mastery. 9. The philosopher Sextus recommended good humor to me, and showed me the pattern of a household governed in a fatherly manner. He bade me make nature and reason my rule to live by. Wisdom is not just solemn, It is lighthearted and gentle. Good humor warms the home as much as reason rules it. 10. Alexander the grammarian taught me not to be ruggedly critical about words, nor find fault with people for improprieties of phrase or pronunciation, but to set them right by speaking the thing properly myself. Kindness and correction. Let actions teach, not criticism. Marcus reminds us, lead softly by example. 11. Fronto taught me that envy, tricking, and dissimulation are the character and consequences of tyranny. Pause for a moment. Beware the poison of manipulation and envy. Tyranny is not only for emperors. It lives in any heart that craves control. 12. Alexander the Platonist advised me that, without necessity, I should never say to anyone, nor write in a letter, that I am not at leisure, nor make business an excuse to decline frequently the offices of humanity to those we dwell with. Offer time generously. Do not hide virtue behind busyness. 13. I learned of Catullus not to slight a friend for making a remonstrance, that I should always preserve a hearty affection for my children. Take criticism with grace. Keep affection alive. These are gentle tools for long-lasting relationships. 14 to 16. Pause. Marcus lists more teachers: Severus, Maximus, his adoptive father. Each a lesson: love truth, resist pride, live simply, keep close to friends and children, encourage learning, serve honestly, be moderate, show steadfastness over spectacle. 17 to 19. He thanks the gods for a life full of good people and gentle fortune. No tragic losses, few temptations, many wise teachers, health, loyal friends and family. He feels guided by providence. A grateful heart is his first prayer. Let us pause and breathe in gratitude. Who has shaped our spirit? Who has taught us kindness and self-mastery? The teachings of Marcus are a living web, a family and fellowship of teachers, guiding each of us toward wisdom. Meditations, Book 2. Embracing Humanity, Living with Purpose. 1. Remember to put yourself in mind every morning, that before night it will be your luck to meet with some busybody, with some ungrateful, abusive fellow, with some knavish, envious, or unsociable churl or other. Marcus reminds himself, each day will bring difficult people, but this isn't a complaint. It's anticipation, a gentle priming of the mind. Imagine greeting troubles not as enemies, but as teachers. 2. All this perverseness in them proceeds from their ignorance of good and evil. I am likewise convinced that no man can do me a real injury, because no man can force me to misbehave myself. We are all made for mutual assistance, as the feet, the hands, and the eyelids, as the rows of the upper and under teeth. Pause and breathe. Our struggles with others are ties that run deeper than irritation. We are connected, like body parts working together. Even conflict is part of nature's design. 3. This being of mine consists of flesh, breath, and the ruling part. Marcus teaches self-awareness. He strips life to its essentials: the body, the breath, and the soul's ruling faculty. The message: take care that your mind, the ruler, stays steady and free. 4. Let it not be moved by the springs of selfish passions. Let it not quarrel with fate, be uneasy at the present, or afraid of the future. To live content is to trust life. Marcus invites us to loosen our grip on outcomes, to rest in the present, and to meet fate without grudge or fear. 5. It is now high time to consider what sort of world you are part of, and from what kind of governor of it you are descended. Unless you improve it, it will quickly run off with you and be lost beyond recovery. Another pause. Time is moving. Will today be just lost in distraction, or will good purpose guide this small piece of eternity? 6. Let every action be done with perfect and unaffected gravity, humanity, freedom, and justice. Perform every action as though it were your last. This is the gentle challenge. Do not let life slip by in thoughtlessness. What if the next word, the next act, were the last? Make it worthy. 7. Continue to dishonor yourself, my soul. Neither will you have much time left to do yourself honor. For the life of each man is almost up already. The tone shifts, a wake-up call. Life is short. Don't waste a moment in dishonor. Each breath, each day, is a chance to choose better. 8. Do not let accidents disturb or outward objects engross your thoughts. but keep your mind quiet and disengaged, that you may be at leisure to learn something good. The invitation is to calm. Choose peace over busyness. Pause, listen, learn, rest in silence. 9. A man can rarely be unhappy by being ignorant of another's thoughts, but he that does not attend to the motions of his own is certainly unhappy. Don't be caught up in guessing at others. Look inward. The journey is always within. 10. No man can lose any other life than that which he now lives. Life is always now. Marcus's wisdom. All worrying about future or clinging to past steals from this moment. Pause. Breathe. Be here. 11. Philosophy consists in keeping the divinity within us from injury and disgrace, superior to pleasure and pain, doing nothing at random, and independent of the motions of another. Let philosophy be a gentle guard for the heart, a way to move through pleasure and pain, steadfast, not swayed by another's wind. 12. Do not act as if you had 10,000 years to throw away. Death stands at your elbow. Be good for something, while you live and it is in your power. Don't wait. Every moment matters. Every kindness counts. Every day is a chance for living true. The Emperor's pen rests. The message is inward strength, acceptance of others, loving fate, and living each day as if it depends on it. Meditations. Book 3. Time, Change, and the Soul's Duty. 1. You ought not only to remember that life is wearing off, and a smaller part of it is left daily, but also to consider that if a man's life should happen to be longer than ordinary, yet it is uncertain whether his mind will keep pace with his years. As to all such noble functions of reason and judgment, the man is perfectly dead already. Life shortens with each passing day. Marcus reminds, wisdom, not age, brings true living. Pause and ask, am I using today's reason or wasting time? 2. It is worthwhile to observe that the least thing that happens naturally to things natural has something in itself that is pleasing and delightful. Find joy in small daily events. Imagine the subtle dance of sunlight on a wall, the turn of a leaf, simple wonders anchoring us to life. 3. All things stand outside the door. Keep to yourself, and never concern yourself with what happens. It is no part of you. Let troubles remain at the edge. Picture yourself gently closing a door on worries, centering the mind on what is yours: peace, character, calm. 4. Never forget that everything you see will change, and everything you do matters now. Shift tone gently. Marcus calls us to awareness. See the fleeting and make each choice count. 5. What is good for the hive is good for the bee. Breathe in and reflect. We thrive with and through others, giving, serving, working for more than ourselves. 6. Hark ye, friend, you have been a burgher of this great city. What matter though you have lived in it 5 years or 3? When you quit the stage, do so well satisfied, for he, by whom you are dismissed, is satisfied also. As life's play closes, leave the stage with gratitude. Whether your part was long or short, what matters is how you lived. Honor, kindness, honest effort. 7. The soul is but a whirl, fortune not to be guessed at, and fame undiscerning. Life is but a campaign, or course of travels, and after fame is oblivion. Release ambitions for praise and fortune. Instead, rest your spirit in steady purpose. After fame fades, focus on being good now. Book 3 brings the gentle truth. Life is short and changing. The present is all that truly exists. Marcus's voice guides, a friend through time, reminding us to cherish moments and make virtue our only possession. Meditations. Book 4. Living in accord with nature and community. 1. When the mind acts up to nature, she is rightly disposed, and takes things as they come, and tacks about with her circumstances. Like fire, she converts what is heaped upon her into fuel, increasing by resistance. Imagine the mind as a living flame. When challenged, it does not fight or give up, but transforms obstacles into strength. This is our invitation, to grow through what we endure. 2. Let every action tend to some point, and be perfect in its kind. Pause. Let this be a gentle call to focus. Each deed, however small, matters. Like a pebble creating ripples in a still pond, nothing done without purpose. 3. People seek out remote places for quietness. but the mind can withdraw into itself whenever it desires. The mind is the most free place in the world. Picture yourself escaping noise and chaos, not by traveling far, but by turning inward, where peace and clarity dwell. 4. Things cannot disturb the soul. Disturbance springs from opinions within the soul. The world is all transformation, and life is opinion. Pause for thought. It is not the events, but how we perceive them that shapes our peace or turmoil. We hold the power to choose our viewpoint. 5. All mankind are under one common law and must be fellow citizens. The whole world is but one commonwealth. Consider a vast city, each citizen bound by law and fellowship, no matter how distant. So too, Marcus teaches, are all people connected, part of a shared human community. 6. Give way to nothing but what is rational and politically good. All else, popular applause, riches, pleasures, should not contest with this. Hold fast to reason and virtue as your guiding stars, above fleeting desires or lures of popularity. 7. To bear an honest mind, to act for the good of society, to welcome everything as necessary and familiar, flowing from a like source, that is worth concern. Pause. The true work of a life is found in honesty and service, in embracing life's flow as kinship with all that is. 8. To act consistently without passion or vanity, to keep a soul content with its nature. This is the mark of a good man. Imagine a soul steady as a rock amid waves, calm, faithful to itself and the world. 9. Do not waste words or meddlings. Do not be passionate or affect quaintness. Talk but what is necessary and honest. Antoninus advises simplicity and sincerity, a gentle reminder that the quiet, truthful voice often echoes the longest. 10. Nature loves change and never stands still. The body passes away, the soul is but a whirl. Life is a campaign, after which comes oblivion. Only philosophy remains. Reflect on the shortness and constant change of life. The lasting legacy is not fame or fortune, but the integrity of the soul's conduct. End of book for narration. This book invites us to find strength in nature's flow, to connect with humanity as one, to act with virtue and clarity, and to ground ourselves quietly in reason and common purpose. Meditations, Book V, Awakening to Duty and Nature's Rhythm. 1. When you find an unwillingness to rise early in the morning, make this short speech to yourself. I am getting up now to do the business of a man. And am I out of humor for so doing? Pause. Marcus engages us here as a close friend, nudging gently. Why grumble against what you were born to do? Like plants and busy insects, life is action. The question lingers, shall a human do less? 2. This is a comfortable way of living. Grant that were you born only for pleasure? Were you never to do anything? Is not action the end of your being? Consider the contrast, the warmth of bed versus the pull of purpose. Comfort can numb, but living fully requires rising, striving, embracing the day's work as the very reason for life. 3. Look upon the plants, ants, spiders, and bees, and you will see them all exerting their nature and busy in their station. Pray, shall not a man act like a man? A vivid moment of nature's parade. Every creature has a calling, and so do we. The example is simple, direct, embody your nature fully. 4. But nature has fixed a limit to eating and drinking. And here too, you generally exceed bounds, and go beyond what is sufficient, whereas in business you do less than lies in your power. Pause and reflect. Marcus calls out our imbalances, not to shame, but to inspire mindful moderation. We often have energy and used for what matters, while overindulging elsewhere. 5. In earnest, you have no true love for yourself if you do not love your nature and hasten to act according to it. True self-love, Marcus says, means honoring what makes you human, reason in harmony with action. Self-care is not comfort alone, but duty fulfilled. 6. He that likes no time so well as the fitting season, a person thus qualified will never be afraid of dying. Pause. Acceptance of time's flow frees fear. Living well is to embrace the present moment, ripe and right. 7. Hark ye, friend, you have been a burgher of this great city. What matter though you have lived in it 5 years or 3? If you have observed the laws of the corporation, the length or shortness of the time makes no difference. Whether brief or long, a life well lived is complete. The metaphor of joining a city invites humility and acceptance of our part in something larger. 8. You quit the stage as fairly as a player does that has his discharge from the master of the revels. Imagine an actor leaving the stage, satisfied with the performance given. Life, too, is a play, and what matters is the grace of exit, not its timing. 9. But I have only gone through 3 acts, and not held out till the end of the 5th, you say? Well, but in life, 3 acts make the play entire. A comforting thought, the value of what we live, not how long. Each chapter is full, no less because it ended sooner. 10. He that ordered the first scene now gives the sign for shutting up the last. You are neither accountable for one nor the other. Pause. Accept fate's timing without regret. Life's quality rests in presence and honor, not control. Book V calls us to awake. Rise from comfort to duty. Embrace the natural order. Cherish the present moment, and gracefully accept life's unfolding. Marcus's voice is a gentle reminder that living according to nature's law is our highest calling. Meditations. Book 6. Living in harmony with nature and self. 1. As the substance of the universe is pliable and obedient, so that sovereign reason which gives laws to it has neither motive nor inclination to bring an evil upon anything. Pause and breathe. The universe itself is flexible and governed by reason, a purpose that never harms but always tends to order. The cosmos is not random chaos but a grand harmony. 2. Do but your duty, and do not trouble yourself, whether it is in the cold or by a good fire, whether you are overwatched or satisfied with sleep, whether you have a good word or a bad one, whether you are dying or doing anything else, for this last must be done at one time or other. Marcus advises steadfastness. Whether comfort or hardship visits, we must focus on our duty, the work, the kindness, the truth that requires our presence. 3. Look thoroughly into matters, and let not the peculiar quality or intrinsic value of anything escape you. A call to awareness, not to judge superficially, but to see deeply, with patient eyes that understand things as they truly are. 4. The present appearance of things will quickly undergo a change, and be either exhaled into common matter or dispersed. Pause for quiet reflection. All things shift and fade. What seems solid is but temporary, like mist dissolving under morning sun. 5. That intelligent being that governs the universe has perfect views of his own nature and acts, and of the matter on which he acts. There is a conscious presence behind all, an intelligence not distant but intimately connected to each moment and each being. 6. He that likes no time so well as the fitting season, he that is indifferent whether he has room for a long progress in reason or not, or whether he has a few or a great many years to view the world in, a person thus qualified will never be afraid of dying. Here is the quiet freedom of acceptance. Whether life is long or short, what matters is harmony with time and reason, a peace that outlasts fear. 7. Hark, ye friend, you have been a burgher of this great city. What matter though you have lived in it 5 years or 3? If you have observed the laws of the corporation, the length or shortness of the time makes no difference. Life is a share in the whole community of existence. Whether brief or long, living rightly is a full and complete participation. 8. You quit the stage as fairly as a player does that has his discharge from the master of the revels. Imagine the calm grace of a final bow. A life well lived is its own reward, detached from the applause or length of the performance. 9. But I have only gone through 3 acts, and not held out till the end of the 5th, you say? Well, but in life, 3 acts make the play entire. The lesson here is that completeness is not measured by quantity, but by quality of presence and purpose. 10. He that ordered the first scene now gives the sign for shutting up the last. You are neither accountable for one nor the other. Pause deeply. A surrender to the flow of life's unfolding, for we are participants, not controllers. Letting go is wisdom. Book 6 invites us to live with clear eyes and a calm heart, to do our duty regardless of circumstance, to embrace change as natural, and to accept life's rhythms with dignity and peace. Marcus's words wrap us in a wise understanding of the cosmos and the soul within it. Meditations. Book 7. Wisdom in a Changing World. 1. What is wickedness? What you have often seen. When you are in danger of being shocked, consider that the sight is nothing but what you have frequently seen already. Marcus reassures us that wickedness isn't new. It is part of human history, repeated endlessly. The world cycles through folly and virtue, teaching us steadiness in shock and surprise. 2. Opinions, whether right or wrong, can never be pulled out of your head unless the impressions on which they rest are first removed. It is in your power to kindle them afresh, or to form a right judgment upon the present emergency. Take strength in this truth. The mind holds power to change itself. We are architects of belief and can rebuild understanding, no matter past impressions. 3. Gazing after shows, the diversions of the stage, farms well stocked with flocks and herds, contests for victory in the field, all are much the same. Pause. Life scenes may seem different, but their essence is repeatedly simple and shared. The impermanence of objects and events invites deeper reflection on what truly matters. 4. He that likes no time so well as the fitting season, he that is indifferent whether he has room for a long progress in reason or not, or whether he has a few or a great many years to view the world in, a person thus qualified will never be afraid of dying. Peace with time comes from readiness, accepting whatever time is given with grace and purpose. Fear fades when the mind embraces the present moment fully. 5. Hark ye, friend, you have been a burgher of this great city. What matter though you have lived in it 5 years or 3? If you have observed the laws of the corporation, the length or shortness of the time makes no difference. Life is like a membership in a great city of humanity. Whether brief or long, belonging honestly and faithfully is what counts, not the duration. 6. Where is the hardship then, if nature, that planted you here, orders your removal? You cannot say you are sent off by a tyrant or unjust judge. No, you quit the stage as fairly as a player does that has his discharge from the master of the revels. Imagine an actor's quiet exit from the stage at the cue of the master. No bitterness, no resistance, only calm acceptance. This is how to meet life's end. 7. But I have only gone through 3 acts, and not held out till the end of the 5th, you say? Well, but in life, 3 acts make the play entire. A comforting reflection. The value of life is in the performance, not its length. Every fulfilled act completes the whole. 8. He that ordered the first scene now gives the sign for shutting up the last. You are neither accountable for one nor the other. Quiet surrender to fate, knowing you have done your part and that all is as it should be. Book 7 invites calm in the face of change. The philosophy shared here steadies the mind, offers acceptance, and encourages a full embrace of the present stage in life's unfolding drama. Meditations, Book 8, Embracing Change and Living with Reason. 1. All things stick together by inclination, and nothing can extinguish such sociable thoughts in them. Pause and breathe. Marcus tells us we are made to connect, to be part of a community. This natural sociability is a gift, a thread that weaves us into the greater whole. 2. What is it you hanker after? Is it bare existence, or sensation, or motion, or strength that you may lose it again in decay? Reflect. Consider what truly matters. If it is only physical or fleeting, it will slip away. But to be governed by reason and kinship with the divine, that is worth pursuing. 3. What a small part of immeasurable and infinite time falls to the share of a single mortal, and how soon is every one swallowed up in eternity. Imagine the vastness of time and our brief moment within it. Marcus invites humility and gratefulness for the fleeting present. 4. The great business of a man is to improve his mind. Therefore consider how he does this. Pause. The work of self-improvement is continuous. Each moment presents a chance to sharpen reason and deepen virtue. 5. Do not take your whole life into your head at a time, nor burden yourself with the weight of the future, nor form an image of all probable misfortunes. Live step by step. Avoid overwhelming worries. Today's challenges are enough. Pause and meet them with courage. 6. When you are about to converse with any person, make this short speech to yourself. What notions has this man about good and evil? A gentle practice. Before engaging, hold compassion and understanding. Everyone is shaped by their own views, their own struggles. 7. The universal nature works the universal matter like wax. Now a trunk feels no more pain by being knocked in pieces than when it was first put together. Pause. Life and death are natural processes. Fear and resistance only disturb our peace. Accept the flow, like wax reshaped by the potter's hand. 8. A sour, gruff look is very unnatural, and to put it on often will make it settle and destroy the beauty and pleasantness of the aspect. The power of kindness, even to oneself, is a medicine. Gentle expression heals the soul and those around us. 9. It is the work of providence to change the face of things and remove them from one place to another. Trust the rhythms of change. What seems uncertain is part of order beyond our sight. 10. Look inward, for you have a lasting fountain of happiness at home that will always bubble up if you will but dig for it. Pause and reflect deeply. True joy is found not outside but within, in the practice of reason and virtue. Book 8 teaches that life is transient, connection is natural, and peace comes through reason and acceptance of change. Marcus's words encourage a calm, compassionate heart amid the flowing currents of time. Meditations. Book 9, Justice, Truth, and the Human Bond. 1. Justice is no less than high treason against heaven. For since the nature of the universe has made rational creatures for mutual service and support, but never to do anybody any harm, since the case stands thus, he that crosses upon this design is profane and outrages the most ancient deity. Pause. Reflect on the deep moral foundation of justice, integral to the universe itself. To harm another is to break a sacred bond, to rebel against the very laws of nature. 2. He that tells a lie knowingly is an irreligious wretch, for by deceiving his neighbor he is unjust to him. He that reckons prosperity and pleasure among things. Falsehoods fracture trust and disturb harmony. Truth is the thread running through all good conduct. Marcus's voice reminds us that honesty is not just personal, but universal. 3. We are all part of one family, united and kin to each other. He that injures his neighbor hurts himself, for to make himself an evil man is a great mischief. Pause. The image of humanity as a family calls us to empathy. Hurting others ultimately wounds our own soul, disrupting the shared harmony Marcus so cherished. 4. Omissions no less than commissions are often part of injustice. Justice is not merely action, but responsibility. Failing to act rightly can be just as harmful as wrongful deeds. 5. If your judgment pronounces rightly, your actions are friendly and well-meant, and your mind is resigned to all that proceeds from external cause at this moment. You are happy enough. Pause. True happiness arises not from circumstance, but from right intention and acceptance of what is beyond control. 6. Do not be imposed on by appearances. Check your impulses and moderate your desire, and keep your reason always in her own power. The path to justice and happiness is ruled by reason, steady and clear. Choose calm reflection over impulsive reaction. 7. Every man has his particular inclination, but my pleasure lies in a sound understanding, a temper that never falls out either with men or accidents, that sees and takes all things with good humor. Marcus's personal example, a mind peaceful with the world, resilient, and kind. 8. Make the best of your time while you have it. Those who are so solicitous about fame never consider that future generations will be much the same as the present, whom they are vexed with, and they too are mortal. Pause. Fame and reputation are fleeting. The wise man seeks not acclaim, but right living. 9. Toss me into what climate or state you please, for all that. I will keep my divine part content, if it can but exist, and act in accordance with its nature. True contentment comes from living aligned with our nature, unshaken by external ups and downs. 10. No accident can happen to any man, but what is consequent to his nature. Pause to reflect on acceptance of fate, not as resignation but understanding. All fits into the grand design, even what seems harsh. Book 9 invites us to embrace justice, truth, and the interconnection of all souls. Marcus's words encourage steadfastness in virtue and kindness, reminding us that true happiness is born in harmony with nature and fellow beings. Meditations. Book X. Choosing reason and virtue amid change. 1. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. A gentle, powerful charge. Less talk, more action. Virtue is lived, not debated. Imagine stepping out into the day with this simple resolve. 2. Frequently in life, in the face of evil, one has to bear a certain hurt pride, but more often, the hurt is our own opinion of the evil. Pause. Our pain often lives not in events themselves, but in our judgments. The wisdom is to soften the mind's harsh opinion. 3. All things have their ends, and even the greatest are but a moment's bloom in eternity. Reflect. Everything blooms and fades. Marvel at the brief beauty without clutching too tightly. 4. The present time is all that belongs to us. The past is beyond recall, the future beyond our reach. Let go of what cannot be changed. Breathe into the moment you hold, the only one truly yours. 5. The universe is transformation. Life is opinion. Pause. Change is constant. Our thoughts shape experience more than circumstance. 6. Wherever a man can live, he can live well. To live well means to live in accordance with nature and reason. Imagine a true home, not a place, but a mind and soul aligned with nature's laws. 7. Do not be carried away by the impressions you receive, and do not fancy you know what they mean, but be satisfied to regain your calm soul, and to find out the nature of the things themselves. Calm the storm of opinions. Seek the quiet center where true understanding grows. 8. A different thing moves and governs the universe, and a different thing is moved. Pause. A subtle truth. All is connected but distinct. Nature is balance and order, not chaos. 9. To the rational being, anything is indifferent which hinders not his reason. Reflect. External events are neither good nor bad in themselves. Only the impact on reason matters. 10. Reason and virtue alone make a man complete. All beyond is indifferent. Imagine a life stripped to essentials, character and clear mind, free from distraction. Book X gently summons us to live by reason, embrace change with equanimity, and focus on the present moment as the source of true life and virtue. Meditations, Book 11, The Soul's Integrity and Living with Purpose. 1. The properties of a rational soul are these. She has the privilege to look into her own nature, to cut out her qualities and form herself to what character she pleases. Pause. Imagine the soul as a sculptor, shaping itself into beauty and strength. The power to cultivate character lies within, in every choice and reflection. 2. She enjoys her product, whereas trees and cattle bring plenty for other folks. The soul's work is its own reward. There is joy in becoming, independent of outside praise or gain. 3. Whether life proves long or short, she gains the ends of living. Her business is never spoilt by interruption, as it happens in a dance or a play. Life's length matters less than its fullness. The soul dances through moments, complete, regardless of stage or curtain time. 4. She ranges through the whole world, views its figure, looks into the vacuum on the outside of it, and strains her sight onto an immeasurable length of time. Reflect. The soul contemplates the vastness of existence, connecting the fleeting now with eternity, an endless, silent thread. 5. She considers the grand revolutions of nature and the destruction and renewal of the universe at certain periods. Pause. Change is the heartbeat of the cosmos. The soul lives not in resistance, but in harmony with these rhythms. 6. She considers that there will be nothing new for posterity to gaze at, and that our ancestors stood upon the same level for observation. Human life is a shared journey through time. What we see and live echoes through generations, unchanged in essence. 7. She contemplates the uniformity of all things. There is comfort in recognizing the constancy beneath change, a natural order, steady and reassuring. Book 11 invites us to see the soul as a self-crafting artist in a vast universe. Marcus's words remind us of our inner power, the joy of becoming, and peace in participating in nature's timeless cycles. Meditations, Book 12, Acceptance, Duty, and Returning to Nature. 1. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny, for what could more aptly fit your needs? Pause and reflect on this gentle acceptance. Life's trials, joys, and losses. They are threads woven into your unique design, teaching and shaping you. 2. Do not rest content with what life sends you now, but hasten to make yourself worthy to receive more. The call is not for passive surrender, but active growth. Life offers continuously. Be prepared to meet it worthy. 3. Nature is a harmony of fixed laws, and none can disturb its perfect order. Picture the steady rhythm of natural law, seasons, cycles, growth. This harmony guides all, including your path. 4. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Pause here. Though the world shifts constantly, your mind shapes your experience. Choose thoughts that foster peace and virtue. 5. Souls return to the place from whence they came, and everything dissolves into its first principles. Reflect on the life cycle: birth, growth, dissolution, and return. Like rivers merging into the sea, we return to nature's source. 6. What harms the hive harms the bee. The deepest link of all is community. Your well-being and the well-being of others are inseparable. 7. To live in harmony with the universal law requires neither honors nor wealth, but the simple integrity of your own character. Integrity is your kingdom. No external riches compare to an untarnished soul. 8. Death is a natural dissolution. Fear it not, even if it seems the end of all. Pause to breathe in this natural truth. Death is not an enemy, but part of the fabric of life. 9. Practice the art of retiring within yourself and withdrawing from the noise of the world. A call to inner sanctuary. When overwhelmed, find stillness within, the soul's true home. 10. Do every action with purpose and sincerity, for the divine spark within you watches. Imagine the divine within, a light that witnesses every thought and deed. Let it guide each step, steady and sure. Book 12 closes the circle, reminding us to accept life's unfolding, to act with purpose, to respect the natural order, and to find peace in the cycle of existence. Marcus Aurelius's reflections remain a steadfast companion for living wisely and well in an ever-changing world.